Get up and go with Dunken and Carly on demand.
National Do a Grouch a Favor Day.
Oh, what are you doing for me?
True.
I'm not grouchy.
I don't know.
I'm a little grouchy.
Around Christmas time, you kind of a Grinch.
I'm kind of grinchy. But you know what? My kids are spoiled. You ask them after Christmas.
That's true.
They get a great Christmas every year.
That's true. They're going to be like, yeah, you sucked. It was terrible.
The first time they say that, you wait till the next Christmas, buddy. So every night I put my kids to bed and we play a game called 5 Questions where they get to ask me 5 questions and I have to answer honestly.
Cute.
And
every night?
Every single night.
Woo.
And it can be any question they want to know, right?
That's a lot of questions.
Most of the time it's like, who's your favorite YouTuber?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But my daughter last night, she's like, why can't I go on field trips more often? And I was like, I don't have control of that. And I had to explain how field trips work or whatever. And then she's like, what was your best field trip when you were a kid?
Yeah.
And the only one I could think of is we went to the state penitentiary.
Oh, nice.
Did you go on cool field trips when you were in school?
You know, so we asked on Facebook people's favorite field trips when they were kids. And it reminded me, there's a lot of people saying Eagle Bluff. And I remember we went to Eagle Bluff for an overnight trip with my environmental school.
What, you like camp out?
Yeah, so we went in the middle of winter. And
did they have cabins or were?
But okay. It's only heated by fire, though.
Okay, that's kind of
cool. So we
had
to like build our own fire, and we learned about the surrounding nature and all the trails and like the animals that live, like that kind of stuff. It was really, really cool.
That sounds fun. A lot of people are saying Valley Fair.
I also did Valley Fair. That's a good one too.
Is that a field trip though, or is that just like a skip day?
So I went to Valley Fair in middle school, and that was like a skip day, basically. Yeah. That was just like a fun thing.
You're not learning anything.
No. But then there was also a Valley Fair trip through my high school for physics class, and I didn't go on that one because I was at the environmental school at the time, but they had to go and like do physics problems on the roller coasters.
Well, that sounds awful.
And then you could go on the rides. You had to
solve the problem before you get on the ride.
Right. You had to apply what you learned in physics class to the real world, and then you could go on rides. So, yeah.
We're talking field trips this morning. What was the best field trip you ever took as a kid?
A lot of people are, like Carol, are saying the state capitol. I also went to the state capitol on a trip.
There's something about field trips. Like going to the state capitol seems super boring.
But it's a field trip.
But it's a field trip. You get your Lunchable and like there's a vibe about field trips that is way cool.
Your quote unquote skipping class.
Yeah.
Fun.
You get to go on a bus ride and like all that stuff. Open our app and chat with us right now. What's the best field trip you took in school? Why don't adults take field trips?
Oh.
The cool thing about our job is we do get, like, I got to go tour the lacrosse quick trip facility.
That's true.
Massive campus over there.
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
Behind the scenes.
I got to go to the Target Field.
Yep.
For the Twins
media relations.
Radio Day or
we'll take
whatever.
You behind the scenes and we'll let you shag some fly balls and all that stuff. Like, more adults should be able, like,
I know. Or just
field trips.
Plan something with your coworkers, you know? Like, it doesn't have to be work related at all.
I mean, I like, so we work with so many businesses, obviously. I like going to like the restaurants and getting a behind the scenes look, or the movie theater, because it kind of helps me understand like their struggle.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't think a lot of people appreciate that.
Right.
Anyways, adult field trips. Let's make that happen. All right. What are people saying? Best field trip ever?
Just said Disney World.
What?
It was a band trip, she says.
Oh, is that one of those trips you got paid for, though? Where your parents paid it?
Likely. Because
all the other kids are going, now I gotta send my kid.
Yeah. I also went on a quote unquote field trip to London.
Yeah,
that was different.
Jay Johnson says Minnesota Zoo, they spent the night. Girls slept by the dolphins, the boys slept by the sharks.
That's funny. Yeah, I never did spend the night at the zoo. That would be fun, though.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole said Camp Snoopy. R.I.P. Camp Snoopy.
Oh, I bet a lot of people went to Mall of America for a field trip.
Oh, yeah. Part of my prom senior year was at the Mall of America.
What?
Yeah. So it was hosted like in one of the back rooms of Nickelodeon
Hooters?
Universe.
Oh.
Hooters! Get out of here! And so that was where the dance was. And so then at the end of the night, like the last hour or something, we had Nickelodeon Universe to ourselves, and
That's
we could
pretty
run
cool.
around and go on as many rides as we wanted to.
All right, open our app right now and chat with us. What was the best field trip you ever took as a kid?
The average mom spends 153 hours per year being a chauffeur for her kids.
Oh, that's it?
According to this survey, yes.
I wonder if that counts going to school and back in, or if it's just running them to friends' houses and stuff
Probably
like that.
and like dance and that kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah. There was a study that actually says moms work an average of 98 hours per week, like as a mom, which would be the same as
because you're doing your full-time job and then you're doing
right, yeah,
even more at home.
Yeah, so that's about working 2.5 full-time jobs. They asked 2,000 American moms with kids between 5 and 12. They found that the average mom clocks in, quote unquote, at 6:23 a.m., clocks out, quote unquote, at about 8:31 p.m. So the average work day for a mom is about 14 hours.
It's a full day.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a full day.
That's a very full day.
I finally understand now. Like, my mom would take me to a movie when I was a kid.
Uh-huh.
And she'd always fall asleep. Now
Fair.
I get it now.
Fair, yes.
What was the number for hours per week for moms?
98.
Okay, I just looked it up for dads. We do stuff.
It's going to be like 20 hours.
Well, we have a 40-hour-a-week job, so right there we're
Okay.
going to start at least 40 hours,
It's going
right?
to be 50 hours.
It's not even 50.
Well, really? Is it 45?
47 hours.
Oh.
Compared to
huh.
mom's 98.
Interesting.
Shout out to all you moms.
Fox Business News says the average monthly payment for a new car is now a record $777 per month.
What?
That's disgusting.
$777?
Per month. The average price for a new car is now $49,507. That's ridiculous. I'm never going to drive again.
That's the average price for all cars. So
Yes.
even if you're getting a crappy little new car or whatever,
Right.
or like a $90,000
Smacked
truck.
my
I
mic,
know.
sorry.
I want to smack something too. That's crazy.
There is a new CBD lounge opening in Minnesota. It's in Duluth. It's part of Bent Paddle Brewing.
Okay.
And so it's a THC CBD lounge there. It's called the Canna Lounge, where you can have a drink with CBD in it. You can have edibles, and then they have puzzles and coloring books. And I'm just picturing people high, putting together puzzles and coloring.
Sounds like a great time, right?
And the lounge is kind of cool. It's set up to look like that 70s show a little bit, like that kind of vibe.
All right, if you're looking for a good time, check out, what is it, the Canna Lounge?
The Canna Lounge in Duluth, yes.
All right.
There is a restaurant in Minnesota that has been named one of the most romantic restaurants in the entire country. And it's the only restaurant that made this list in Minnesota and our 4 connecting states.
The Upper Midwest.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna label this as news because it's the only one in our area.
It is, yeah. And
What makes it so special?
it's only 90 minutes from Rochester, too, so
Okay.
it's pretty close. Shocker, it's up in the cities.
Okay.
It has really good meats, like their big focus is on meats. They say that their steaks are aged for 40 days. The seafood, their phrasing on their website is crazy fresh seafood means it was caught during your morning commute.
Oh,
so
they get it flown in every day.
They get fresh seafood all the time. The place is called Baltimore. It's in Roseville. And I mean, like, the atmosphere looks great.
Yeah, you got a picture here on the app I'm looking at. It looks like a fancy place. Looks like an expensive place.
I mean, it's expensive, but like, yeah, I mean, there's a reason that it was considered one of the most romantic restaurants in the country and the most romantic in the upper Midwest. So,
All right. So I know a lot of couples wait till the weekend after Valentine's Day to actually celebrate their Valentine's Day. If you're looking for somewhere to go, maybe check out that. Get the details on our app.
and finally, we've got details about what you're supposed to do with your frontline bonus checks that you got last
Do
year.
you pay taxes? Do you not pay taxes?
Right, exactly. What the heck are we supposed to do now that tax season is kind of sort of here?
It's
Is
here.
it here?
Yeah, it's here.
So It's a yes and no answer on if you pay taxes on these. So federally, yes, it is taxable income. So you are going to pay federal taxes on these things. But it is not taxable income in Minnesota, so you should not file it as income on your 2022 taxes. Very strange. But we have specifics on like how you should fill out your taxes.
Yeah.
Like according to this, if you did
a cheat sheet kind of.
Yeah, if you did get a frontline bonus check, make sure to check that out before filing your taxes on the 106.9 KRC app.
Dunken and Carly, weekday mornings on 106.9 KROC.